Hey everybody, it's Brent Harvey with A-Hole Productions, and today is Technique Tuesdays, where we talk about acting tips. Today is Christmas for those who celebrate Christmas. Those who don't, it's December 25th for anybody celebrating Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. Boxing Day, I don't know if it's Boxing Day yet, but whatever it is, just celebrate it because it's today, all right? So today's lesson is in listening. Maybe you've heard this before, but acting is listening. Now, that seems simple, except for it's not. If you look at most people throughout the day, people are not listening. People are always just waiting to respond. I like this, somebody told me years ago, is that they said, one of my students said, you know what, I realized this weekend that people are listening to respond, not listening to listen. And it's very true. When we're listening to somebody, we're just waiting for our turn to talk instead of really taking them in. Everybody thinks that acting is what you're saying and how passionately you're saying it. That is a factor. However, you can watch somebody just listen and be pulled into that person. If you've ever seen the movie Her, I love this movie, Her, with Joaquin Phoenix, because this actor is listening to somebody who's not even there. It's a voice, a computer voice, right? Most of the time, he's listening. And you can see in the reaction of his thoughts and his emotions being expressed through the listening what he's going through. He's not even saying anything. Every once in a while he has a line, but for the most part, he's just listening. It really, I think every actor should watch that movie over and over and over again because it's truly a masterclass in listening and then responding. Okay? So listening, here's what I want you to do. You're going to be spending time with your family over the next couple weeks with the holidays, family and friends and everything else. Here's an exercise I want you to do. I want you to sit down and I want you to see if you can go 5 minutes listening to the other person without saying anything. And that means I don't want you to go, oh yeah, sure, oh, psst, I know, right? None of that. Just being right there with them, hanging on every word, taking everything in. 5 minutes. I bet you can't even make 5 minutes without saying something. If you do, you'll be amazed what you discover. And that's truly listening. Because here's the reality. When it comes to acting and life even, but if you're looking at acting, actors get so wrapped up in the words. They worry about I want to get these words perfect off the page. What audience comes to see is human connection. We want to see these people connect. We want to see the conflict between them. When an actor's worried about the script, about words, they're self-indulgent. It's all about them, right? And then they try to get the emotions to come up. I'm so angry, and it comes across as acting. And when you sit there and go, oh God, stop acting. It's terrible. You're a terrible actor. You hear things like that. The simplistic fix to that, as I've discovered, is this. Stop worrying about the lines. Stop worrying about how you look and what, if it's good or not, or if you're going to mess up. Stay connected to your partner. Just be with them. Just hang on every word. That's why I'm having you do this exercise. Just sit there and hang on their every word. And if you do that, they do all the work for you. Because the way I like to think about it, it's like playing tennis, right? What they say, not only what they say, but how they say it, the subtext of it. What they say, but how they say it affects what you say and how you say it. Think about this, like, have you ever, has this happened to everybody? Somebody your boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, mom, dad, or something goes, are you going to the grocery store? And you turn to them and say, don't talk to me like that. And they're like, what? I just asked if you were going to the grocery store. And you say, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Now see, if they would have been like, are you going to the grocery store? You wouldn't have responded that way. But if you did, you'd say, don't talk to me like that. And it doesn't feel right, but you would have no real reason to get upset if they didn't have that tone, right? But you got to listen for that. But here's the other thing. Listening is not just about verbal. Actually, verbal's only about 33% of it, I believe. There's this statistic out there. I'll see if I can post it. But verbal's only about 33%. Listening is verbal, but it's also nonverbal. It's body language. It's breath. If someone goes, that's saying something, right? And people go, what's wrong? Nothing. No, you just did that thing. But I didn't say anything. You said enough. It's body language. It's breath. It's verbal. But it's also what's not being said. If somebody's like, never mind. Or somebody just, you go, hey, I accidentally, I scratched the card. And somebody goes, you feel bad. You feel guilty. You're like, just scream at me, right? Listening is in many shapes and forms. It's not just about what people are saying. It's what people are saying. It's what they're not saying. It's the subtext. It's their body language. It's their breath. It's we as human beings, we communicate in so many different subliminal or micro expressions. But if you're not paying attention, you miss all that. And then the acting has to come in. Oh, I'm so angry now, or whatever. If you allow your partner, if you're really with your partner, they do all the work for you. You allow yourself to experience it, and then whatever reaction comes out of that, from the listening, you look down to your page, or if you know the line, you just say the line from there. And how you say it, and what you say, how you say it, your body language, they react, it hits them and they react, and then it becomes this, as I said before, the tennis game. It just becomes where you guys support each other. Okay? So listening, if you're not listening in your work, nothing else really matters. Because again, actors worry about the lines. On my computer or on my phone, I can literally type something up, highlight it, right click it, tell the computer to speak it. It will speak every word perfectly, but there's no life to it. The listening and the relationships, which we'll talk about later on, but the listening, that's what does all the work for you. So, do the exercise, 5 minutes. Just see if you can sit with your best friend, your brother, your sister, your mom or dad for 5 minutes without getting distracted, without getting on your phone. Just be right there with them and see what you discover about them and about yourself in that. Apply that to your work. Don't worry about what's my next line, what do I look like. Just do your job and be there with them. Because here's the reality. If you're on film or television, you can be there with them. And even if you had to look down the script and then come back and say, where are you going on Tuesday? The editor can cut out all that dead space. Okay? But we can, or there's like a scriptie. A scriptie's off camera, and you can call for a line. We can give you lines all day long. What we can't do is get you to connect emotionally, and we can't get you to listen if you're not going to, if you're not used to it. Listening. So, 2 things. I want you to sit down for 5 minutes, talk to a friend, neighbor, somebody, doesn't matter, even a stranger. For 5 minutes, don't say anything, don't react, just be there in support of them, just hold the space for them. That's 1. 2 is I want you to watch the movie Her. If you've already seen it, go back and watch it again. And just watch how Joaquin Phoenix just listens, and he allows the words to affect him, and then when it's time, he responds. He's not worried about the words. He's worried about the connection and the listening. Okay? It's very important. Our society as a whole, we need to listen to each other more. Stop telling each other what's going on. All right? So that's your Tuesday tip. Till next week. In the meantime, remember, here at Actors Whole, we strive to motivate and inspire others in the artistic global community, to motivate them and inspire them to do great things and follow their dreams. So if you know anybody that this would be beneficial to, please share it with them. Like it. Leave a comment or question below. Any of that. We love the feedback. And in the meantime, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, happy just today. Have a great day. Go do some listening. And remember, be an a-hole. It's pretty awesome.